Welcome back to another episode of TXCPA Houston Virtual Rolodex. I'm excited to have you here and also excited to have another speaker for the upcoming Spring Technology and Accounting Resources Summit that will be held in Sugar Land at the Marriott on May 13th and 14th. Today, I have Mark here, who is also going to be a star. He's going to have his pen ready, his hand ready to sign all those autographs. But first, Mark, will you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah, thanks. Looking forward to meeting everybody soon. My name is Mark Bacon. I'm a professional engineer and I'm the practice lead of our commercial real estate services division over at Leyton. If you haven't heard of Leyton, we are a global tax consulting firm. So definitely really big in Europe, moved into the US about 6 or 7 years ago, really focused in on some of these niche tax incentives that people don't often leverage.
Awesome. Yeah, and someone's probably like, well, Kristie, this is an accounting conference. He's a project engineer. Did you
Yeah.
guys like mix up? And no, we didn't. Will you tell us what you will be presenting at STARS?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a few things. So I actually used to work for a CPA firm, so I understand where most of you are coming from. I work for Moss Adams, which will now be Baker Tilly. So the way I always explain it is the tax code is really broad. All of you know that there's just so much information in there. Companies like Leyton come in to go real deep on particular topics. Now, some of those topics require engineers to do them, which is where I've gotten involved in taxes. But I have a CPA on my team. I've got enrolled agents on my team. So we do go pretty heavily into the tax system. So what we're going to talk about specifically is we're going to do a panel discussion. And the panel discussion is going to be around basically financing methods for your clients who are owning commercial real estate. And the reason why this is interesting is we're going to go through the construction life cycle and help you figure out spots where your clients might be able to save money. I think we all know commercial real estate is a great way to establish wealth. The question is, how do you maximize that? So there are things up front like funding. So for example, how are you funding a project? Have you looked at things like commercial PACE loans? Then you move into where you as you go through the construction life cycle, are you looking at state, local utility rebates? Those actually add up. You think about a lot of places will give you $2,500 for installing a heat pump. So if you're installing a few hundred of those, like that's pretty significant savings you can get. And then finally, we kind of tail it out with what are some of the incentives that are in place from again federal and local governments. Because a great way to incentivize people to build is to give them tax breaks to do it. So that's what I'm going to talk about is what are the potential tax leverages that you have to give to your clients to say, hey, I saved you a bunch more money on this project.
Yeah, and that's really great information because clients do come from to their CPAs and be like, well, I don't want to owe the government that much money. And
Yep.
this is a tax strategy that you can get information, go back to your clients and say, okay, let's go through everything and see how we can make sure that you're getting the most for your buck. What can attendees, why should they be attending your session?
Yeah. So a couple of reasons. These incentives, although a lot of them are rolled up by the government, the IRS is not in the habit of telling you that you missed a tax break. So I would suggest that a lot of these are not super well known. So when you start digging into it, you'll realize pretty quickly there's a lot of great information out there that we'll be able to go through for you. Some of it may not apply to your client, but there is a lot of different things. So we'll do a quick overview. You can feel free to ask me questions later. We do often find a lot of CPAs will come in and say, well, I don't know enough about that, so I'm not going to do it. So it's a pretty good chance for you to sit down, listen to some of these incentives, and figure out is there more money on the table for your client as they're building out assets.
Well, that's great because that is one of those things that the IRS does not come back and say, you know what? We really think you should take this one. And why didn't you? I mean, they're just not going to do that. And that's why we have specialists such as yourself and those at Leyton to help us with that. What are you most excited about for the conference?
Yeah, I think the timing is perfect. I mean, obviously, you planned this post tax season. So I am excited to see everybody be able to take a step back. This is the right time to take a step back and see what is everyone else around you doing. I know, we're in a tough industry. You work really hard. It's nice to be able to step back and see what are other people doing to address some of the concerns that I've seen. So it's a classic example of being able to step back and see the forest from the trees. I think this is a real good chance for everyone to step back and see what's everyone doing, and then really just nice post tax season. Hopefully, you relax as much as you can.
Yeah, it'll be a great time to network with your peers, with other experts who are going to be at the conference, and just gain a whole bunch of knowledge for your clients, for yourself. And, when people ask us silly questions about tax incentives, you can say, oh, yes, I know a little bit, but I also know Mark. So let me do an e-intro with Mark. And that's building up your own virtual Rolodex. Well, Mark, I want to thank you for coming on. I wanted to keep this short because I know you're still busy, even though tax season's gone, because building does not stop. So I want to tell you I appreciate you. I can't wait to see you in May. Once again, that is May 13th and 14th in Sugar Land Marriott. The registration link will be in the show notes. Please do not miss out. You want to register ASAP. Put it on your to-do list. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.